Magnum Supreme here, bringing you another quick little video. And in this video, I'm just going to talk to you guys about my experience at the Carolina Kalashnikov Classic this last weekend. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's an AK specific shooting competition they hold it in South Carolina at the Clinton House Plantation, which, side note, is an excellent shooting facility. If you live in South Carolina, you definitely need to visit the Clinton House Plantation. It's the nicest shooting facility I've ever been to. No matter what kind of shooting you're into, they've got something for you. Whether you like shotguns, pistols, rifles, fucking air guns, bow hunting, duck hunting, they got it all, quite literally. And I probably am leaving out a lot of stuff. But the Kalash Classic, it was my first time attending an AK specific shooting event, meaning everyone there was shooting AKs only, or derivatives of AKs like Galils. Faggots. Galils aren't AKs. But anyways, it was such a good time. I got to see so many different cool AKs in so many different setups. That was honestly probably my favorite part. Like, I love shooting and love competition and all this, but just going there and seeing all these dudes with how they've got their guns set up, it was pretty awesome. Got a lot of good ideas for myself in the future. Just let's say that. Next up, I really did like all the stages. It was 7 stages total, and I'm not just going to sit here and run down every stage for you because I don't even honestly remember. But it was such a fun time. You could tell they put a lot of time into designing the stages, and they were very interactive and very fun. There was a lot for you to do. It wasn't just run here and shoot the paper and run here and shoot the steel. There was like actual things for you to think about and remember. To be particular on one stage, I don't remember which one it was, but you started the stage seated in a vehicle and had to jump from the vehicle and carry your ammo by hand and run to a shooting position. And then from that shooting position, engage the targets or whatever. Then move to a minefield where you have to engage the targets as they become visible while avoiding stepping on the mines, which are, it was like a 10-second penalty or something. I didn't step on any mines. Not that it would have fucking hurt me. I didn't place very well either. Out of 67 shooters, I placed 32nd. So I'm not like happy about that by any means, but I'm not disappointed in it. My first time coming in like 50%, I'm all right with that. We're going to seriously improve next time. One of the shitty parts about the match, but it's literally nobody's fault, it was hot as fuck, dude. I'm telling you, it was 90 fucking degrees all day. Straight blue skies, all sunshine, bearing down on you, beating the shit out of you. Our RO, the range officer, it literally looked like he was about to have a heat stroke and fucking die out there. I really felt bad for the dude. It was just brutal, man. The heat. It made everything so awful. Like, the match was still a great time. Everything about the match was awesome, just the weather, which, again, nobody's fault. They couldn't do anything about it. It's fucking South Carolina. Man, it was hot as a bitch. I don't think I've ever been that hot in my entire life. Because it was, from 8 in the morning to probably 4 or 5 p.m. And it was sunshine the whole fucking time. And it just kept getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And dude, it was hot after the sun went down. Crazy. You would never believe how hot it was. Unless you live in South Carolina or Florida. There was a bunch of dudes there from Florida, and they were just like, man, you're crybaby. This is no big deal. They were all Spanish. It was funny. Bunch of really cool dudes. Got to meet a ton of cool people. That's another really cool part about events like these. You get to go meet, all the really cool influencers and shit. Because, one, if you're an influencer and you don't go to shooting events and shit like this, you're not a cool influencer, so you will not be mentioned. But, people like Chad Wiley, he's probably not an influencer. He's just a dude that shoots and has his social media. But Chad Wiley was the match director. He ran one of our stages that we fucked up and had to reshoot. Super cool guy. Like, the coolest fucking guy. And he was shooting the match, too. I didn't get to see what gun he was running, but super cool dude. Another dude I got to meet Y'all probably won't know him. He's like underground dude like me, but it was Brandon from Adventuring Lens. Shout out Adventuring Lens on YouTube. Got to meet him. We've been good buddies on Instagram for a while. Got to meet him for the first time, and a bunch of his friends, which we're now good friends with. Man, it's just such a good time. If you like shooting guns, go to shooting competitions. Not even just AK competitions. I know this video is about an AK specific competition, but just go to shooting events. Because I've been to a couple before, a couple USPSA Steel Challenge matches, which this was a far cry from. This was nothing like Steel Challenge, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the shakeup. If you like shooting and the culture of people around guns, you know, that understand guns and shooting them and why you have them and why you train with them, then go to shooting events. It's so fun. They had the Kalashnikov Classic on Saturday, and then the very next day, on Sunday, they had a Carbine Classic match, it wasn't AR-15 only, it was open to anything, but there was only one AK out of like 50-something AR-15s. So it just goes to show you. But you could have showed up and ran your AR on the exact same stages and course of fire that we ran the day before, and I think that was really sick. And I forgot to mention, on Saturday night after the AK match, they had a Goons Out or a Moons Out Goons Out match, which if you don't know what that means, that's some like gun slang. Moons Out Goons Out is a night vision event. It's a match they hold in the dark, and you show up with your fucking suppressors and your IR lasers and your nods, and you do some work. To my understanding, it was the exact same course of fire also, which would be super fucking interesting under night vision. Last thing I have to say is really, man, go to shooting competitions. I cannot stress that point enough. I know I've said it like 55 times, but you retards won't learn anything if I don't say it 55 times. So I'm going to say it 56 times. Go to shooting competitions. I know there's like a big stigma around them that, you know, I definitely believed in before I got involved in the shooting community, like actually involved. It's not some kind of like collection of operator dudes that are sitting there blasting their targets and counting score. It's not like that at all. I placed 32nd, and literally nobody made fun of me for it, okay? It's great. I gave myself more shit than anybody else did. And, you know, coming in 32nd place, I didn't even do that bad, because you get to watch other people run their guns, and trust me, you are never going to be the worst guy out there. Never. There's always somebody out there basically shooting a gun for the first time in a competition. I'm not even kidding. It's just how it is sometimes. So you'll never, if you got a little bit of range time, you'll do fine. You'll do way better than you expect to. And just don't worry about the people there, nothing. Everybody I talked to was super friendly, thought my AK was sick, thought my gear was sick. Super cool people. And all their guns and gear was equally sick. Such a good fucking time. And I just cannot recommend enough. Not only the Carolina Classic and just about any fucking shooting event that they have at the Clinton House, but any shooting competitions in general. I'm sure there's a few bad ones, I guarantee it, actually, but you know, as long as you can tell when you show up what they're going to be like. Make sure they're about their safety, and make sure that everyone that is there shooting is about their safety. It's just as simple as that. Like, we want to have a good time and blast some holes in some targets and stuff, and that's all well and good, but we also want to all leave with the same amount of holes that we showed up with. We don't want to have to land a helicopter out in that bitch and get airlifted out with my tourniquet on your leg that I'm never going to get back. Anyways, guys, this was my review, I guess, of the Carolina Kalashnikov Classic. 10 out of fucking 10, 100 out of 100, 5 stars, 2 thumbs up. This is Magnum Supreme out.